Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to thank you, Presiding Judge Dillard, for your warm and heartfelt remarks. You are my friend. You've been my friend since the beginning, and I thank you for that. I was fortunate a long time ago, and I was blessed to meet Judge Dillard, and so I'm so appreciative of you speaking on my behalf today. I will forever be grateful. I stand here today in awe of the honor that Governor Brian Kemp has bestowed upon me, an appointment to the Georgia Supreme Court. It is surreal. Governor Kemp, by this act, appointing me to the highest court of our state, you're not just appointing me, you're honoring and investing in countless people and communities throughout our great state. I want to thank you again for this honor. It is said that when you honor and invest in someone for who they are, you also nurture the person they might become. So many people who are sharing in this occasion today have done just that for me. They have nurtured me by investing in me personally and professionally. I am fortunate that many of those persons are here, sitting here today. Today, I honor you. This ceremony is not my ceremony alone. It is for each of you as well, all of you who have invested in me. Thank you, Governor Kemp, for investing in the people of this state with my appointment. I was fortunate to be born and raised in Atlanta. I am a proud product of Atlanta public school system. Specifically, Sarah Smith Elementary, Continental Colony Elementary, Walter F. George High School, and finally, I graduated from Daniel M. Tharrell High School in Southwest Atlanta. Within those schools, I was fortunate to have countless teachers who invested in my future, who nurtured the person I might become. One in particular was Miss Jacqueline Burke. We called her J. Burke, as she was affectionately called by all the students. She was my AP English teacher. She was the first teacher to really impart the notion that I and all of my classmates were capable of greatness, that we should expect no less for ourselves and move through life with that same confidence. Her words, along with my parents and my extended family's love and support, propelled me to venture into foreign places and to dream dreams beyond what I could actually see. This appointment is a testament to all that my birth home of Atlanta instilled in me. After completing my undergraduate studies at Sweetbriar College, the University of Georgia School of Law administers and professors. Yes, that's right, Justice Ellington. And Dean Rutledge, that's a shout out to you. The administrators and professors, and I am going to add one, Audrey Boone Tillman, invested in me by assisting me in realizing my gifts and talents. The University of Georgia President, Jerry Moorhead, and former District Attorney, Kenneth Malden, honed my litigation skills in moot court and mock trial, but that's because I had the best coach in the world, Audrey Boone Tillman. During law school, GABWA, the Georgia Association of Black Women Attorneys, invested in me by inviting me to their Blue Jean luncheon during my first year of law school. This allowed me to see others who looked like me succeeding in our legal profession. In fact, that's where I first saw Justice Leah Ward Sears. She was preparing to serve on the Superior Court in Fulton County. I never even ventured to think that I would ever do anything like that. In my mind, she was a unicorn with magical dust, and whatever she touched would glow. And guess what? She kept proving that time and time again until her rise as the Chief Justice on our Georgia Supreme Court. You didn't realize, but your presence that day made me knew I could practice law. Thank you. I was fortunate to have senior United States District Judge Clarence Cooper and his staff attorney Lisa Cooper, they're not related. I was fortunate to have them invest in my career by providing an opportunity for me to intern with him on both the Fulton County Superior Court as well as the Court of Appeals. You all didn't know that, did you? He nurtured me. He invested in what I might become. But then as I moved into my third year of law school in 1990 and began interviewing to start my career, and I don't think she's here, but I hope she is, I met a woman whose confidence in me, a young professional without the pedigree to readily have easy inroads into the legal community, she truly invested in me. She was a partner at a prestigious law firm here in downtown Atlanta. In fact, it was a firm that I greatly admired. She interviewed me, and she demanded that her colleagues interview me, and interview me, and interview me, and interview me. She would not let it go. She was relenting. It was me who finally said to her, "You have been phenomenal. I understand it is not to be, but the fact that you believed in me, that you put it all on the line for me to become an associate with this firm means the world to me." That partner, that phenomenal woman whose fight for me allowed me to truly embrace my gifts and proceed in my career with the belief that I was more than capable of succeeding and truly give my gifts to this profession, was none other than Fulton County Judge Jane Barwick. She invested in me. That investment paid dividends. Her investment was the constant reminder in my ear early in my career that I had what it took to succeed. That one encounter, that investment galvanized my career. Former District Attorney Robert Keller, who is here with me today, and I'm so happy that he is, and the ADAs of Clayton County at the time, Erman Tanwako, is here to share today as well. They invested in me. They allowed me to blossom and grow in professional and personal pursuits that ultimately led to me joining the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Middle District of Georgia. Bob, as we affectionately called him, was my biggest cheerleader in that career move. I will never forget that, Bob, and you are always close to my heart because of that. I often say publicly and privately, I was Atlanta raised, but Macon made. That's my tagline because it's true. Macon is my home. It is the place where I have toiled with my head, my heart, and my hand. I absolutely love my adult home. Governor Kemp, Macon has always been a special place with very gifted people, but I must tell you, in the last 10 years, Macon and Middle Georgia, we are now a force to be reckoned with. Macon and Middle Georgia have blossomed, and with our local leaders strategically working for all communities in Macon, we are a force. Community leaders, business owners, pastors, and residents alike, all are actively working to elevate our city. This appointment today belongs to them. It belongs to all the communities that have invested in me, from Macon to Roberta, to Knoxville, to Byron, to Fort Valley, to Columbus, to Albany, and then to Valdosta, and of course, Atlanta too. Every one of those communities have helped me develop as a lawyer and a jurist. To each and every one of you sharing in this ceremony today, thank you for your investment in me. Today is not an individual accomplishment. It is an accomplishment for all of Georgia, because I have virtually had some professional contact in almost every pocket of our state. So for your investment in me, today is for you, Georgia. This journey as a jurist would have never begun but for Sharon Rattley, the former criminal chief for the United States Attorney's Office in the Middle District of Georgia, and former U.S. Attorney Michael Moore. They both invested in me, and more importantly, in my future. They were the two people who convincingly told me that the judiciary was the path they saw for me. Former Representative Nikki Randall agreed, as did our local delegation. Their investment in me propelled my judicial career, and today they share in this appointment. I was able to navigate my role as a Superior Court judge in Macon because of the many jurists I had the pleasure to learn from in the administration of justice. From once upon a time, Athens-Clarke County Magistrate Judge Steve Jones, now Northern District Judge Jones, to the late State Court Judge Kent Lawrence. From Chief Judge Eisen in Clayton County, along with Judges Deborah Benefield, Matthew Simmons, my mentors didn't stop there. Federal judges have invested in my career. My mentor, the late and great DeRoss Fitzpatrick, Judges Hugh Lawson, Louis Sands, Clay Land, Ashley Royal, and Mark Treadwell. If you know our Middle District federal judges, you have to be good to stay with them for 14 years. I had no choice but to get it right as a Superior Court judge. I certainly cannot forget my colleagues who serve in the Macon Judicial Circuit with me. I love you guys. You are always my family, and that's my starting ground. Thank you. They are my family. They invested in my growth as a jurist. District Court Judge Tripp Self mentored me from day one, from the start of my judiciary career, and allowed me room to grow, of course, with his counsel. He is truly my friend. Each of these judges I've mentioned invested in my career. This appointment is a recognition of their investment. Just as I thought my journey was over, just when I was comfortable with my role, just as I had developed my professional family with the superior court judges in our state, just as I had all the tasks down to a science and was on a roll in our Macon legal community, I was pushed and prodded to serve in a greater capacity. Push and prodded. Now, if you know me, I love my Macon community. I did not want to be moved, and in all my community outreach, I tout service above self. There were jurors who I highly respect, who I consider friends, who spoke to me about greater service, but I was politely ambivalent, even declining on one occasion. So, when a particular jurist I respect highly gave me a rather stern talking to, I had to sit up and listen. She said in her down south vernacular, but I won't sound as south as she did, I know people have told you that you need to submit yourself for greater service beyond the Macon community. I tried to stop the conversation, but then she said something to the effect, if you're a public servant like you say you are, then you answer the call when asked to serve and move beyond your comfort zone, or something like that. Well, I knew she was telling me to put on my big girl pants and get in the game. That jurist was none other than presiding judge Yvette Miller. She gave me that final push. That's how I came to serve on the Georgia Court of Appeals with colleagues that I have grown to literally love. And I shared with Governor Kemp the reason for my nervousness during that initial interview, he and Mr. Dove. Those particular judges on the Georgia Court of Appeals, they are the best group of jurists I know. No slight to my Macon judiciary. But in our roles, we work so closely together every day. They have a heart for service for people. It has been the honor of my lifetime to serve with each and every one of you. And I can say this because you all know me. I love each and every one of you, and I will miss you dearly. Now I will embark on the greatest honor and challenge of my career, service on the Georgia Supreme Court. We're scared of you guys. I recognize that I will be joining the highest court of our state with some of the most brilliant minds in our legal profession. I am honored to become a member of this court. I understand that justice refers to people who embody the law, and judge refers to one who speaks the law. I vow to each and every one of the justices and every citizen of the state of Georgia to be an avid student of the law, open and ready to continually learn from my colleagues. Equally as important, I will always remember that embodying the law must be tempered with remembering that people and businesses alike are the centerpiece of every opinion authored by the highest court of this state. Before I conclude, I would like to again publicly thank my mother and my father, who is no longer with us, for their support and unwavering love. Mom, your sacrifices and unwillingness to allow can't to be a part of my vocabulary is the second biggest reason why I'm standing here. The first is my Heavenly Father. It is their support that made this day possible. To my husband, Nathaniel Walker, I appreciate your willingness to continually make my priorities your priorities, even when you don't want them to be. To the two loves of my life, my children, Weston and Taylor. We have been the three musketeers for most of our lives together. Thank you for sharing me with my work professionally and in my service to our community, because many times I left you all to serve. You have always been so incredibly supportive throughout my career, but always know that all of this pales in comparison to the pride I feel for being your mother and having the role to have a little bit of your success be a part of that. And so thank you for your love and support of me. Each of my friends, I have some real friends with me here today. You know who you are, including my girlfriends who I've made throughout my professional career, the Mavericks, Maverins, I think that's right, the Holidays, and my girls from Thero High School who are here with me today. My Macon family, which includes you all. And I have to do a special acknowledgement to my girlfriend who came from Texas, who went to Sweetbriar College with me, and she flew in on yesterday just to be here today. I have to also thank one of the Maverins who are here with me today from Chicago. She flew all the way in from Chicago to be here today. And then my girl, and everybody knew we were peas in a pod, Jennifer Coleman, where is she? She came here today from Tennessee, and we were cheek and chong at the U.S. Attorney's Office, so thank you for being here. Is Tracy a King here? She is not, but she was also one of the posse in the United States Attorney's Office. I love you all to the moon and back. My staff attorneys, from Superior Court to the Court of Appeals, are the greatest group ever assembled. You are my superstars. I am grateful that you chose me, and that includes my judicial assistant, Z Tang. I know I'm tough, Z. The investments that were made to help me come to this very moment, this honorable service, is the reason why I invest in community and people. They are our greatest and most cherished assets. I love the law because I love people. I vow that that very fact will be the guiding principle during my service on the Georgia Supreme Court. Thank you, Governor Kemp, for investing in me and all of Georgia.